Everybody, yo, welcome back. I hope everybody's doing good. I hope everybody's feeling amazing. Yo, today, we're reacting to the Prince family documentary part 2. Look, I know I took a few days off. Right? It's been real busy. Right? It's been very busy, but I had to come back with it. So if you guys new, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Try to. It wasn't easy to balance it out.
Damien crying in the cut.
Especially being that they were spread it out. So
I used to get a lot of referrals. I used to be late to class a lot.
Hey, what? Being late to class, man, that was the best, man. Because if you had the fresh kicks, people looking at you, I was late all the time, but I was good.
Yeah, his school life was not. It was rough for him.
I think in high school, I got like 180 referrals or 200 referrals
180.
or something like that.
But Dan was really engaged in school. It's just when he got in high school.
I had to change to.
And got around other kids. He started to experience different people because we kept them, a lot sheltered. We didn't allow them to hang out with bad kids. If kids out there in the street past, 7 o'clock, before the lights go out, he couldn't hang out with those people. So we sheltered him from those people, but we didn't shelter to a point where he couldn't hang out with these, those type of people. So
me and him had a problem a lot with me having to go to the schools a lot and stuff, getting into trouble and stuff like that.
Man, I ended up getting locked up at school too, like multiple times.
Dang.
But I think a lot of that stuff, it took place at the crib.
We had a pretty good relationship as when he was a kid growing up. Just couldn't keep him out of trouble.
Whatever went on at home, it kind of reflected on how I acted at school. Because I felt like shit, if we arguing all the time, if I'm arguing with my parents all the time, and they adults, when I go to school, when I get around all these other kids, it's like, yo, if they get smart with me, I'm like, yo, I ain't about to talk to me crazy. The fuck? Because I'm arguing with my mom. I argue with anybody at school. You feel me? So like like one time I got locked up at school because the officer he came up to me and shit, and I was late to class. He tried to give me a detention slip, and I said, no, I ain't serving no detention. The fuck? He got upset with me. He was like, sir, it's detention. I said, I'm not serving this detention. And then he gave me a slip like this. Like imagine this is a slip or a piece of paper. He basically put it to my chest and then he let it go, and so it fell on the ground. The officer said, pick that shit up. I said, I ain't picking that up. And then I walked away. And then he came up to me. He was like, go pick this up. I said, get out my face. I said, I told the officer to suck my dick. And then that's when he said, all right.
Hey, that was savage. I mean, I would do it, you feel me? Because I was, what I'm saying? Hey, look. My dad used to stay up at the school, so I ain't had time for that. I remember when I did get in trouble, though. Like I ain't never had to serve. Like, I probably had almost the real stuff. I probably had like 40 detentions. I probably served like one. Like legit, because I was that good kid at the school, right? And the only reason I was getting detention is because I was late to class, like because you feel me. That's why you gotta be smart. I didn't get slips, right? I didn't get like the slips, and there was this one teacher that always would be like, "Cam, you were late to my class again, so detention." But then I was cool with the person that ran the detention, so I never went to it, That's how you that kids. I'm telling y'all. That's how you finesse the system.
They locked me up for sexual harassment of an officer and disorderly conduct. So I think all that stuff, me going crazy at school, me having attitudes reflected. You know what I'm saying? That was just like a version of me at home, and it just carried on to school.
He probably wasn't getting attention at home though on some real stuff.
Man. He graduated. That's what a lot of people don't know, that he graduated. I was actually there at his graduation.
I know
Back in the day, I felt like me and my stepdad, we had so many problems to where I felt like my mom, she damn near had to choose between her kids and him. And I felt like, shit, my mom chose her husband over her kids. She said it. She told us, me and my brother. Me and my brother was the oldest. And I felt like when we was younger, we used to basically get whatever it is we want. Now, Marvin, he been in our life since we was damn near in diapers. But I feel like when in the beginning, when it was just really me and my brother, we used to get anything we wanted. But like when Marvin came along, it's just like, whatever it is that he wanted, my mom did. You know what I'm saying? She went for it. Me and my brother wanted to go here or do this or do this as we got older, and we couldn't because he kept saying no. So I felt like me and my mom relationship growing up, it was really rough. Me and my mom was like this all the time, like literally fighting. Like me and my mom was fighting. Like it was a couple of times she choked me out. I pushed my mom. I actually called my mom 6 bitches in a row, and I got locked.
Wait, what? Wait.
Me and my stepdad, we was fighting all the time, bro. It was crazy as hell. Like when I was growing up in middle school and high school, I got locked up 9 times, and like at least 4 of them times me getting locked up because my mom and Marvin called the cops on me. You know what I'm saying? Because I did not want to listen to him. I ran away from home like 3 times too. Like I was not going, bro. Like, and I was just so pissed off.
No, I was a real protective mom.
My mom used to always be like, "Oh, you guys is just, I don't want you messing with no fast girls." My mom thought every girl was a fast girl, and which nowadays everybody call fast girl stops. You feel
Little
me?
Tatiana's and shit. Yeah.
He really didn't have much girlfriends. I didn't want my son with, a wannabe thotty, whatever you want to call them, a fast girl.
It's funny how like Thought. I mean, of course, everybody know Thought originated in Chicago, but like everybody like when we were saying this back in like 2012, 2013, like we'd be like, "Yo, show me a thought," and then the parents would be like, they'd be like, "What is a thought?" And of course, we wouldn't tell them like exactly what it meant, but we'd be like, "Thought is like another way of saying like she's for the streets," It'd be funny.
So because I was just so protective of my kids, so I did not want them with no fast girls. So whatever girlfriends he had, he kind of stuck around and was seeing girls. But he brought one home in particular, which I liked her a lot. Actually, he only introduced one girl to me specifically as his girlfriend, and that last 5 years. She was very nice. Yes.
Tina, she was one that I've known very well. They was together for a long time. She was a pretty sweet chick. She actually was the one who broke my son's heart, devastating me. But she was a real nice person, real sweet, real respectful. She had a little brother. Damon had to have been like 18 at the time working at Little Caesars. And he was taking care of her, his girlfriend, and her little brother, while the mom just up and moved out of state with her boyfriend. Took the benefits card with her, so he had to, do what he had to do to get money to take care of his girlfriend and the little brother. But she was really sweet. Again, she was one of the only ones that I had a really close relationship with. But she ended up devastating my son. She ended up leaving him out of town. Basically, they were supposed to move out of town to another state.
Wait, that was the one? Hey, Tina, you bogus, bro. He was taking care of you and your brother? That's crazy. Cause I'll do that. I'll do that, man. Like, if it's a girl that if we actually together, and her family runs into a hard time, yeah, cool. But like, I don't know. That's a good man.
My son quit his job as a manager at Little Caesars, up and moved out of state with her, and I get a call the next day crying saying he slept in his car all night. When he got there, he thinking that it's the brother that's coming to help get the clothes out the car because they're going to move in with the brother in Michigan or Arizona. And instead, the guy comes out and his girlfriend looks at him in the car and says, "This is my boyfriend." So my son is stuck in another state with his clothes in the trunk, devastated, lost his job and everything. And so it kind of put a bad taste in my mouth. But she was one of the only ones that I had really got to know a real personal relationship with.
First name is Jennifer.
What's up, Mom?
I am an administrative assistant at a CPA firm. I conquered cancer. I was an optometric assistant for 15 years. I have 3 daughters.
3
grandsons. Baby on the way. I'm happy. Bianca being my first child,
I
had her at 21. So back then, I wasn't with her father. I ended up with another gentleman, and we did the best that we could. She had everything that she needed. She had everything that we felt that we could give her.
Right.
And I think that she was a beautiful child.
Aw, she is beautiful.
And I'm very blessed to have her as my firstborn. Bianca really didn't have too many boyfriends. I was only really close to the one and he was very respectful. Bianca worked a lot. She was keeping her grades.
Good job.
She was a cheerleader from 5th grade to her senior year in high school. Well, she made varsity as a senior in high school, but then was not able to do so because she was pregnant. She was in dental school, did phenomenal. It came to her easily, and I was very proud of her. She did very well in school.
Right now, we are literally like best friends. I can go to her for anything. I know she can come to me for anything. But there has been times where we didn't see eye to eye, where we didn't get along. There's actually like a certain time in our life where we weren't talking at all.
We went
Dang, really? Honestly, I don't think I could go. Like, I can't go too long without talking to my family, bro. Like, honestly, my family is so important to
a
me.
lot of stuff together.
But right now, at this moment, she is literally my best friend, and I just love her so much. I mean, I wouldn't trade her for the world.
Having daughters was easy for me. I'm quite thankful that I didn't have any boys until my grandsons.
I just lived in a house full of girls. We fought every day because that's what girls do. We all got on each other's nerves, but at the end of the day, again, I wouldn't have traded them for the world because my sisters, like, I feel like if there was a boy in the mixture, everything would have been so different. So I feel like I'm glad that I was raised with all girls, and I just love all my sisters.
She turned 15, like they knew. In our home, we had 5 daughters in the home. At that point in time, we had 5 girls. So, Bianca being the firstborn, she knew that she had to get a job if she wanted things. We tried to, at that point in time, teach them that they needed to have responsibilities. If she wanted anything extra other than the basic necessities of life, she had to get a job. She had to pay for half of her car insurance. She had to save money for a car. She had to help with her cell phone. She wanted makeup, anything extra that I could not provide, she had to get a job. So when she turned 15, the only place in Fort Wayne that was hiring was Little Caesars.
Mom met Damien. To be honest, I don't even remember. I think the first time she like literally met him though, Damien came over to my house and it was my birthday, and he brought me, I think, like balloons, flowers, and like some gifts and stuff. I think that's the first time she ever met him. But they didn't like actually like sit down and like talk. I believe something was wrong with me on my birthday. Like I think my parents didn't buy me something, or like I was mad about something. So he basically came over, surprised me, and that was the first time she actually ever seen Damien.
Right.
Introduced my parents to Bianca. I believe it was the summer she got pregnant. Because I think that year, that's when we got serious. She stopped playing games. I stopped playing games, and we got serious. And I introduced her to, I think, my mom first, and I introduced her to my dad next. And then that's when she went on vacation. We went to Kings Island, Coney Island with my parents and stuff.
I liked her. Yes, I like Bianca. She was real forward. So, yeah, that was something I liked about her, yes.
My first impression was no.
Wait,
First impression was no. Because she just looked so young. And then Damon had a really, really pretty girlfriend. Tina, she was pretty. She was pretty. And she broke my son down. So I'm looking at this Bianca chick with these little pretty little eyes. I'm like, oh no. No.
Yeah, what?
Oh no. She gonna break you down, son. You already had one do it to you.
He want his son to get with who's somebody is. No, all women are beautiful.
I was literally in his ear like, bro. No. But turned out to be pretty cool.
My first impression of meeting Damien, I remember Bianca being like, Mom, what do you think? I like this boy. He's 3 years older than I am. And I'm like, nope, that's too many years. I don't approve of it. I want you to live life. Ain't nothing that they want at that age other than something that I don't want to think my child, having or being in a relationship or anything like that. So when I first met him finally, I don't honestly remember like meeting him maybe once other than the time when they said that she was pregnant.
When I first found out I was pregnant with DJ, I was scared, I guess you would say, because I was 17 years old. And I remember I was at my grandma's house. I was laying down in the bed and I got up and I felt like really, really lightheaded. And I told my mom, I was like, hey Mom, I don't feel good. I feel lightheaded. This is what's going on. She's like, are you pregnant? And I texted her back saying, no Mom, there's no way I can be pregnant, knowing that I was out here doing what I was doing. But to tell my mom, I was like, no Mom, I'm not pregnant. She was like, Bianca, you need to take a test right now, or when you get home, you're taking a test. I didn't want to take that test in front of my mom and my dad because I know it would have been way worse. worse than if I took it in front of my grandma. So me and my sister rode our bikes down to the dollar store, grabbed a little cheap pregnancy test, went back to my grandma's house. I took the test, and I was so scared to look at it. I remember my cousin and my sister were at the door waiting for me. I looked at the test and it said positive. I started crying immediately. I started screaming, "I'm pregnant! Oh my gosh, I'm pregnant!" And I texted my mom and said, "I'm pregnant." She didn't even text me back. I text her again. I'm like, "Hello?" She was like, "I'm disappointed." That's all I can say. But I was scared. But at the end of the day, you know, he's the love of my life, and I wouldn't have changed anything. You know what I'm saying? But she was disappointed. She didn't talk to me for like a while.
I was disappointed. Bianca always talked about being a dental hygienist. She took classes. She, again, being the firstborn, she had to lead her sisters into what I felt, you know, like I wanted her to go off to college. I wanted her to, you know, then I wanted her to, you know, like go out and live life. I wanted her to just not have to have the thought of like having to raise a child, not have those struggles. So it was very disappointing at first when she told me that she was pregnant, because I have struggled with children and I was just wanting even more out then. So I was disappointed.
Well, like most parents, me and my son is very close. And as men, you know, first thing I said was, not yours. But, you know.
Dang, Mr. Carr, he just coming out with he like putting fire on the. What do they put fire on? Wood, right? Pause. I don't know.
I seen the look in my son's eye when I said that, and it wasn't a pleasant look either, because it was like, by that time, when I found out she was pregnant, of course, feelings done got involved now. He got feelings for her, she got feelings for him. So he side-eyed me like, he don't want to say nothing smart, man, get into it. So I was just like, so I caught the look that he gave me, and I was like, well, I'm just saying though, you know, this is the first time that you had a woman pregnant. You was with this other chick for 5 or 6 years. She ain't never got pregnant. So this chick get pregnant all of a sudden. How's that? The math don't work. So I'm asking all kind of questions. Then, you know, after a while, I realized what it was. I was really happy. I was really excited. You know, it was hard for me to accept that first, because I'm looking at her like it's this young chick, you know, and first thing I'm thinking of is my son was already hurt by a woman he was with for a long time. And I'm looking at her like she's definitely a heartbreaker.
Mom told me that she didn't like Damien, I guess you'd say. To be honest, I didn't care. I didn't care about what she had to say. I didn't care about what my dad had to say. I didn't care about what anybody had to say, because I felt like I was 18 when I moved out the house. I was grown. I feel like I was grown. That's what I would say. I was grown, and it was my life, my relationship. He was the father of my he's the father of my children now. He was the father of my one child at the time, and it was nothing she could have done. I mean, I, you know, thought about her feelings, obviously, because that's my mom. But at the same time, it's like, if my mom got with somebody and I didn't like him, she'll probably still be with him because that's who she likes. You know what I'm saying? I can't change the way I feel for somebody. So I didn't really care how she felt, to be honest. I didn't.
I wished it was better than what it is, and I feel that only time is going to change that. There's been a lot of things that have happened over the years of them being together that I've had a hard time dealing with. But at the end of the day, I love my daughter and I want her happy, and I will respect the decisions that she makes. I care for Damien because he's the father of my grandsons, my first grandsons. He has done a lot for my daughter, and I appreciate that part of it. So I'm just hoping that it'll just only get better.
Wow. Man, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Man, you guys have an amazing day. And I thank you guys so much for watching. Adios, amigos. Peace.